All right, Cassilis, the Killer Kayne, Julio Cassilis. We're set for the first of 3 live professional mixed martial arts bouts here on Fox 42 from VFC 45. I'm Matt Kelly, alongside the assassin. Yeah, Houston Alexander.
Oh, man,
I'm learning you, Houston. I had to pause to get that in. And we are set to get underway. Dave Jobin gets the signal, and Dave Jobin puts these 2 fighters into motion, and right away, Cassilis Kayne.
Right away.
Cassilis,
Pressure.
You're very familiar with Cassilis. You trained with him for a good amount of time over at Premier Combat Center before he made the move over to.
Lots of great movement.
Absolutely. And Cassilis is all about the striking, and that's exactly what he's trying to do here with Cassilis. They're in the clinch up against the fence. Again, the assassin Houston Alexander, the UFC vet, the Bellator vet, the Victory vet, the Victory light heavyweight champion, as a matter of fact. After
that's a lot of titles.
It is. Houston, I could go on and on as Cassilis breaks from the clinch and gets off a shot, but does not connect. So Cassilis, the Killer Kayne, in the blue trunks with black, and Cassilis in the black trunks.
Well, Julio's showing a lot of poise right now.
Well, I think the last thing that Julio wants to do is really engage and let Cassilis show off his hands, because that's what Cassilis is known for. That said, Cassilis 3-1 as a professional, coming off his first loss, and ready to get back and right that ship, and knocks Cassilis down to the canvas. Cassilis back up. Dave Jobin again overseeing the action. Cassilis with the right hand. Cassilis comes back.
Lots of action in this first round here.
Absolutely, and already right here, we're about a minute and a half into this fight, and that's longer than about 3 of the other 7 fights so far tonight have gone combined. It's been a quick night of work inside the VFC 4-sided cage here. Cassilis tries to go with the knee, and Cassilis comes back.
And there's a lot of movement compared to the amateurs, man. It just, again, when you're on a pro level, lots of movement and being poised.
A little bit more deliberate, would you say, sometimes?
Possibly.
Now, granted, we also had some smaller sizes going in the earlier fights. Some of the bantamweights and featherweights. We're at a 170-pound. This is a welterweight clash in the Victory professional ranks.
And what I like to see with fighters, man, I like to see movement. I don't like to see fighters just actually stand in front of each other. Lots of movement.
Cassilis letting the leather fly, connecting. Cassilis trying to weather the storm again, and up with the knee comes the Killer. In the corner right in front of us, Dave Jobin overseeing the action again, making sure that all is good. And
Cassilis is still staying poised.
You've been on the receiving end and the giving end of some of those big shots. You've knocked some guys out. You've taken a beating or 2 yourself, and
I like to see when fighters are poised and they're breathing and again, just being poised.
What does that do to somebody's psyche, though, as maybe somebody that takes some shots? Is that after you maybe weather a guy's storm a little bit, does that give you maybe, some comfort knowing that, hey, I let this guy tee off on me for a little bit, but he's got to be a little winded? Is Cassilis actually making some good headway here? And Cassilis has Cassilis down on his knees on the canvas.
If there's a guy who's giving you all he's got, and you're still there, that's a lot of hope, man. That's a lot of hope, and that's a lot of thinking that the other guy has to do.
Cassilis, the hometown favorite, fighting out of McDoyle's here in Omaha, Nebraska. The visitor, if there is one, on the scoreboard, I guess, out of Mankato, Minnesota. Julio Cassilis, 6 foot is Cassilis, grappler and a wrestler, 10-8-1 as a amateur.
Now Cassilis is actually applying pressure. He's applying pressure.
Cassilis looking for the takedown. Kayne tried to hold on to the cage. We're under a minute to go here in the opening of 3 5-minute rounds in the VFC welterweight division.
And Cassilis immediately gets up. And that's exactly what you want to do when you're on the ground.
The last thing you want to do is let somebody lay on you for an
exactly, or have you pent up against the cage.
Absolutely. For those joining us or watching that are not familiar, you are not allowed to grab onto the cage. You're able to use the cage a little bit as leverage. You can push off of it, but the officials will not allow Any grabbing onto the chain link fence, any grabbing on the top, and we're under 15 seconds just about here to go in round number 1 of this VFC 45 live fight for you here on Fox 42. The final 10 seconds, and Cassilis is going to let it go. Cassilis trying to finish, but it looks like Cassilis may weather the storm and get into the second round. They go to the canvas. So we're getting set for round number 2. There is a look at Julio Cassilis.
Now, this is where your conditioning comes into play, second round.
So if you're in Cassilis' corner, what was your message to him? Was it, hey, you got out, you got out of that 5 minutes?
Be more aggressive. Be more aggressive.
And right away, the killer, Cassilis, the killer Kayne, walks straight across the cage and lets Cassilis have it. And Cassilis senses blood, and that is going to be it. Cassilis, the killer Kayne, bounces back from his first loss as a professional. Right into your living room here on Fox 42. Cassilis, the killer Kayne, with the victory. Will be back with the final decision right after this. This is VFC 45 on Fox 42. Yeah. Back here at the Ralston Arena, the first of our 3 live fights in the books. Inside the cage to our announcer, Chris Gerhardt, for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee has called a stop to this contest at 16 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Cassilis Kayne.
Let's go ahead inside, and Chris Gerhardt will interview the victorious Cassilis, the killer Kayne.
Hey, talk us through that fight. You looked like you were hurting him with strikes. You came out right away in the second round, and you put him away. Walk us through it.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Man, so many people to thank. But my coaches in the back told me to take my time and not rush. So that's what I did. And I just came out on top, man. Just found openings, So.
When you came out that second round, you were swinging hard. You weren't going for the fences, though. You're saying you just landed clean shots and then put them away?
Yeah, I mean, accuracy is better than just throwing countless shots that ain't gonna hit. So just take my time, pick my shots, got the win.
Cassilis, I can hear there's tons of fans here for you tonight. Tell us what it means to win in front of all these fans here in Omaha.
I love fighting in Omaha. I just love everybody that comes out and supports me. And everybody that does MMA, man, I love Omaha and fighting in front of you guys, so thank you.
Anything else you want to say to the fans or anyone watching at home?
I just want to thank all my sponsors, the Den, Animal Instinct, Team Doyle, Tommy's Tires, Visible Impact, Utopia Massage and Spa, Eagle Run Chiropractic. My sponsor teams are great. They all help me out. Appreciate it. I love everybody.
Once again, your winner, Cassilis Killer Kayne.
So the killer, victorious, back on the winning track, 4-1 as a professional. More professional mixed martial arts when we come back. This is VFC 45, live on Fox 42.